really tight. Here at locomotive, top of the line locomotive works for 1912. Great view here of the working side of that machine. That's right, the engine is all on one side. Mounted to the boiler, you can see three brass-covered cylinder heads. I have seen a picture going on out there. That's running a crankshaft. The crankshaft is running a line shaft that is the front axle of the front truck and the both axles on the rear truck. And that gives us all-wheel drive, all 8 body wheels. Now the other thing that's interesting as we go through the curve is that, you know, the trucks underneath the equipment and the cars are also being fueled curves, right? So the thing is going back and forth, but it's driving the wheels all at the same time. It's an articulated, geared steam engine. Probably more about it here after this workout. This one? Nope. What? Alright, so I think last season, maybe this season, started this new bit. Does anybody here have a name for their car? You do. What kind of car is it? Ford Flex? Felix? Felix from Ford Flex? Okay. Don't say that's what my car is. You might say something else. Felix the Ford Flex. Okay. So, mostly gentlemen that ever worked in this field, right? Engineering and things like that. So they would often anthropomorphize the machine by using a female pronoun. How did she do that? Oh, she did pretty good. She did pretty good. Oh, she's got off on number 2. Now we have another type of engine here called a hybrid. And it's got a giant V-shaped engine. But the difference is, the probably difference between Felix and my first time. My first time was a GMC Savannah. Right? You open the hood of the GMC Savannah from 1981. You can get a sleeping bag instead of camping. And it's so much room to work. It's amazing. Now, if we open the hood of Felix, probably not so much, right? Nope. That thing is engineered basically to drop the engine to change the headlight color, right? So, our hybrid engine, the big one, super powerful, was designed by mechanical engineers for efficiency, right? So, it's a simple design, but it's almost impossible to work on. Wrench on in, finally got the wrench on in, and realize it's a turning this way, right? You have to disconnect the engine from the truck. You have to jack the entire thing up, go through the engine. Roll the truck out, and then you can get to it. This thing is more like on a GMC Savannah. So, it asks you what your car is, and they will tell you what your truck is. We're going to have a sweaty release. Sweaty release. Now, sweaty release got her name from my cousin who used to carry around a picture of this mugshot he found in the paper of this woman. I can't remember what they were up for. She was like, smoke goes away. She looked like she was kind of actually sweating and breathing in the mugshot. But he cut the picture out of the newspaper and carried it around with the wallet. And when people asked if she had a girlfriend, he said, yeah, I'm a little on it. And showed her a picture of Sweaty Louise, and it's like, my girlfriend, Sweaty Louise. That was not her name in mugshot, he just made it up. So I had to honor it, so that's why my car was called Sweaty Louise. But this machine is more like a Sweaty Louise. You can walk right up to it, you can make adjustments, you don't have to jack anything up or do anything super crazy. And this was the preferred machine for the logging and mining industries, which were primarily in mountainous terrain. It's kind of like what we're doing here. So these things are designed for test here. We've got everyone in your post-Memorial Day log going up at 8.5% grade. We're going to test the strength of this to see if it's a pretty heavy train. No offense to you personally. Decided for the 60th anniversary operation to give out a small wooden whistle to your children. Those people that made that decision, they don't have to. Just so we're all on the same page. Oftentimes, for us that work here, people will walk up and be like, "You did the greatest job in the world." But whatever you do, if you show up to work, right? The day you have to go in there or whatever, I'm not working remote. I wish I could do it from the office. But anyway, imagine you show up to the office and everyone has one of those wooden whistles and you hear that every single day. That's my life. That's my life now. Alright, let's talk about these trees here for a minute. Tiny little trees. The largest ones you're seeing here are closest to the train are the California coastal redwood, Victoria sempervirens. Sempervirens is the tallest living being on the planet. The tallest one is just under 400 feet. Some people mistake that with, I thought the biggest tree on the planet is the giant sequoia. Giant sequoia is the biggest tree on the planet, like volume. But it was not the tallest. California is the only state in the union that has two state trees. Those are the two. So the third species of sequoia still up on land that go up on. That's native to China. But the other two species of sequoia native here to California. There's a reason that we only have the redwoods in a certain place, native here. There are redwood forests that have been planted at the end of the season. As far as occurring naturally, this is being required. Now, take this into account that the middle of the train here is now rolling through this big circle of trunks of tree here. This is all one tree. Okay? All one tree. This is all growing off the same root system. So now, if you look at some of the other ones, you see these little shoots growing off, or what look like little saplings. Those are also growing off the same root system. So what happens is that those little shoots will launch these trees. These trees will launch those little shoots. And whenever the tree fell out of the summer, the parent tree that fell over at the end of its life cycle, the little shoots then were given a growth hormone by that root system calling them to start climbing to the top of the canopy. So we end up with these giant rings of trees. We're going to see those all the way up the hill. And that's because this is a fire advanced topology. We need fire to come through, to run off and expose nutrient-rich soil, And also open the sea cans of the different Florida. So that's the only thing you see is not individual level. And they'll do this multiple times over the multiple years. The individual can stand for 2,000 years. It's estimated that you're here amongst the fifth generation of tree growers. They put the roots here about 10,000 years. The roots of the trees we're rolling over right now were walked over by the last beginning of the more than All right, going back to your weight. This is an 8.5% grade. Every 100 feet of continuous water will find an 8.5 nautical feet. Each of these cars weigh about 10 tons. That's without any load on them. And the whole deal is about another 40. The motor itself is fairly cheap. So we're looking at a tank that's about 160 tons today. And we are moving continually forward. Again, not at a high speed, but because we're putting it in attention, there are a lot of traffic. We're still able to keep going. We are able to get the traction that we need to keep moving up the train. With all 8 of those wheels contacting the head of the rail, the surface area is less than 56 feet. So just that amount of surface area, we're able to produce the traction that actually keep us moving up the rail. It's incredibly powerful. It is also incredibly inefficient. So we're looking at probably the first trip of the day is cold. Now you want to warm up your car. It's the same thing. This thing, after the first trip, is the hardest one for us. It's so cold. At the end of the day, it's going to be the most efficient it can be after the whole thing is quite hot. But we'll burn about 100 gallons of fuel oil to boil 700 gallons of water per trip. This is why you don't see these things. They're not efficient. They require a lot of work, and that work is not easy. It is backbreaking. It's very easy to get hurt. And for the general population and the human race, it's just not efficient. Not like Sheila before the flesh. So yeah, this is how many places on the planet that even do what we're doing. Now, if we look into the forest here on the right, we're going to see a whole bunch of leaves falling down, likely not being knocked off by the smokestack of the exhaust of the engine. And most of those leaves look like this. Long, brown, slender leaves like that. Maybe they're yellow. And this is the California bay laurel. It is deciduous all year round. For the little ones, that means it drops leaves to conserve energy. Okay? Most trees only do that in the winter, but this tree does it all year round. So it's constantly producing leaves and constantly shedding them. And this ends up being a lot of nutrients for other species in the forest. Once it gets broken down. Now, really brown, and it's not quite as plain as the ones right off the tree. But if you smell that, it's not too different than the red plain babies that we use in the cooking. So a lot of that aroma is coming from a menthol in the leaf itself. And that menthol is present in the wood as well. Okay? So the limbs that fall off this tree, the leaves that are constantly being shed, all that menthol going on to the ground will become nutrients for the redwood. They will convert it into tannic acid. Tannic acid is what gives it a red color. It makes it almost entirely impervious to insect infestation, fungal infestation, rot, meaning that an 1,800-year-old river tree that falls over may take 1,800 years to completely decompose. It also makes it extremely resistant to fire. Which is good when you're using a fire event ecology. Right? you'll see a couple of freshly grown ones up here in a little bit. The other has to do with where they live. Again, very tiny little ship, about 50 to 100 miles from the Pacific Ocean. So as far south as Big Sur, and as far north as the southwest corner. Because this is a separate rainforest, we get rain only about 3 to 4 months out of the year. Sometimes it can be 50, and lately it's been about 100 inches of rain in that amount of time. Now, most of it goes up the ocean too, but once we get no rain, we have to rely on the fog. The trees will absorb up to 500 gallons of water a day, just from the fog. They'll absorb it through every part of the tree. The leaves absorb the water, the trunk absorbs, or the bark absorbs the water, and the roots will get whatever is in it. But you know you're camping and you leave roll paper towels outside, and you wake up and you go to make the bacon and it's all kind of damp in there. Same thing, capillary action. These are just giant paper towels. And if you get a chance today, reach out and touch one of them. They're really soft. It's almost like a big sponge. The bark isn't coarse and hard like an oak tree or a maple or any of these species. It's really soft. And that can be about a foot thick. And the other major thing is that we have a 200-foot tall redwood tree. We're looking at only about 200 pounds of living tissue. That's it. The growth rate is the only thing that is technically used. The rest of it is like our hair and our nails. Pretty wild stuff. But between those two adaptations, their food and their ability to get water out of the air, they have been here as a species since before dinosaurs were present on the planet, and before the evolution of flowers, for about 243 million years. So about a quarter of a billion years as a species. And that's pretty good. How many others are coming along now? We've got a quarter of that for like crocodiles, maybe sharks, or whatever. But still, really fun. I'm going to head to the front of the train, give your ears a break, and start selecting tickets. And now your ticket's ready for you. That can't be good. I'm just teasing. We'll talk about what that is, why we do it, and its relationship to the greatest thing to ever happen to the planet Earth. Not me, but the potato. Alright, I have had about enough of you people, so I'm going to take you back down to the You can deal with those people, that you don't have to. And of course, I'm just kidding.